So Angela Deem herself in particular was recently on a TikTok live, okay? And she's saying that the court is giving half of her assets to her estranged husband, Michael. As a result, she is now mostly keeps her money in cash, claiming that anything she deposits into her bank could be taken away. Now, as per the last video that we did make, uploads that we did make regarding Michael and Angela's court case, it was pretty much in the court documents that Michael is pretty much trying to take as much as he can from Angela. And also on top of that, it seems as if at this moment in time, he is in the driving seat. Meanwhile, she is in the, obviously, of course, the losing seat itself in particular. So we're going to check out the live stream, of course, in a second. Obviously, there is a clip that has been provided of Angela Deem saying exactly what is stated here. So let's get into that. And then, of course, we'll then obviously talk about it.
Talk on the phone. Michelle, come to Canada and hang with me. I can't hang, Michelle. I got to do greet meets to hang. I'm in a battle. Yeah, somebody lived here 2 months is wanting all my half of my assets. What the fuck? I don't have assets. I waited on you, bitch.
So obviously here, which is quite interesting, you know, Angela doesn't necessarily state that Michael is going to be taking them, but she obviously states that that's exactly what he wants. So despite obviously what the description says, Angela's obviously mentioning the fact that, you know, this is what Michael wants. And to be fair, at the same time, in case you've forgotten, and if you haven't seen my videos regarding the current situation in the court, where we do have obviously evidence of the documents of what's actually happening, it was then found out that Michael had given Angela a large sum of money over the years. And honestly, that took a lot of us by storm. If I remember correctly, it was either somewhere around, you know what? You have to watch my video back if I can't remember. It was a very large sum of money that Angela has accumulated from Michael over the years that he was sending to her, which was very, very interesting considering she made him stop working. And she was the one that was still working and also the one that was benefiting from the money from the show so much that she was using that money to pretty much change her whole appearance rather than using that money that involved both her and Michael. So in that whole relationship, she was pretty much stealing the money from Michael's half of the money. She was basically stealing it. But nonetheless, though, we continue.
Tara, thank you. It's facts. Shit. I ain't sitting here going, it's all out there for court papers. Go read them. Go buy them like kibbles. She can't. She spends her money all on me. That she makes off me, she spends it on being nosy. Like, damn. I just need to give Kibbles and Bits a big hug. That's all she needs.
I'm pretty sure that hug would not be a good one. I don't think you'd be. I think a hug would be rejected. I think anybody in their right mind would reject a hug from Angela. Do you know what? To be fair, we have seen videos in the past where Angela Deem has been at these so-called meets and greets and these so-called karaoke places or that kind of stuff where she believes people are there to see her, and we have seen her literally, you know, attempt to hug men and kind of low-key grope them, and a lot of them have looked very disgusted by her presence and have definitely not wanted her to touch them in any shape or form. But you know, Angela Deem being Angela Deem, she has literally touched them and it has been nothing but grotesque. Yes, I'm still surprised that none of those men have ever come forward to file for sexual assault, to be honest with you, because the way she was touching those guys wasn't exactly in the best way possible. I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I'm pretty sure it was one time where she went to actually touch a guy who was sitting down while she was standing up, and she tried to pretty much put her hands around him to give him some sort of like sexual or flirtatious touch, and the guy was like trying to say no, no, no. And I'm pretty sure in that time her coochie was basically in his face too, and the guy looked like as if something stunk. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm remembering that incorrectly. Maybe I am. But nonetheless, though, we all have seen the famous clip of, or in case you haven't, of Angela Deem actually, you know, scratching that area next to her granddaughter, I believe. But nonetheless, though, we continue.
I heard he's squandered from her. Wait till she sees all the text messages he texts on her, how she's evil.
Well, that is interesting. So obviously, you know, we've got Angela here saying that that Michael has sent her texts, pretty much been quite horrible towards, I believe, Keegan Kibitz. So to be fair, it'd be interesting to see if these texts will ever be released. That Angela does go on to say in this video here that she does plan on releasing these texts once the whole court case is over. I don't know what the difference is with releasing them now to release them after, because, well, they're not exactly a part of your court case, are they now? So yeah, anyway.
Saving them for her after court, and I'm gonna break her little heart and let her see that he wasn't her friend either. Hi, Emily. Talk on the phone. Michelle, come to Canada, hang with me.
So of course, that's exactly what Angela had to say here regarding this post itself in particular, where she's obviously saying Michael wants her money, half of her money. But what I will say is that I didn't actually hear say anything regarding obviously keeping money in cash, because obviously she wants to avoid the bank taking it away. That I didn't exactly hear it, but I don't know if that's something that has been said obviously somewhere else. But either way though, at this moment in time, I will say this though, even though Angela did not confirm it 100% to be a thing that Michael is winning at, I would say based on recent reports that we made on this channel, from the transcript we was able to find, we will say that Michael is still was most certainly in the driving seat regarding winning pretty much the case itself as a whole, to be honest with you, and if he does win that, Angela will have money to pay out, because I do know one of the things that Michael has sued Angela, that expects from Angela if he wins the case is for her to pay for all of these attorney fees. So we shall wait and see, and yeah, we'll most certainly talk about it. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.